when the sixth patriarch talked about quarrelsomeness and anger, he points out how easy it is for us to see other people's faults. And I'll be honest, I understand this very well, and I'm sure you all do also, whether you'd like to admit it or not. But we see the faults of others so easily and actually likely embellish them because there's something satisfying about seeing the faults of others. We can make ourselves better by focusing on the faults of others. But there again, all we do is make the world more coarse, more separate, and less tender, and less safe. In some ways, without that safety, it's very difficult to be vulnerable and open. So what the sixth patriarch taught us, Hui Neng taught us, very simply, was turn that finger back around. What am I? What is this? When we were on our pre-retreat week, there was a day of quarrelsomeness and conflict in the Dharma room before the rest of you all got there. And I remember sitting there stewing about the quarrelsomeness, what I thought were the reasons somebody else was making a big problem for me. And it, in some ways, there's a lot of energy in that. And those of you who've sat a long meditation practice, meditation retreat practice, there are parts that are very compelling and very rich, and there are parts that are kind of dull and a little bit boring. And one of the beauties of being quarrelsome and angry is there's energy that goes along with it. And suddenly the meditation period's passing more quickly and the energy's going, and it's like, this is great. This is the way to deal with it. But then feel what's going on in your body. Feel the way everything tightens. And then you wonder, and then at least I wonder, what's being gained here? And maybe even a better question, what's being lost? So I've spoken about Hui Neng. I understand this teaching about turn it around. But it's like we're a little bit like a big ship with a lot of cargo. It takes a long arc to finally turn it around and to ask the question, what am I? What is this? And I'm also a psychotherapist, so I'm also wondering, where is my attachment? What is it in my experience that pushes me to hold on to this so tightly? And what was my part in the interaction that caused the conflict? Again, it's so easy to see the other person's mistake, but it's much more difficult to see ourselves. And our practice really isn't about seeing what's wrong with other people. It's asking the question, what am I? And my experience time and again is when I turn it around and I look into myself and my own actions and my own conditioning and my own desire and my own rigidness, my own belief system, my own ideas, suddenly things begin to be more clear. And it's a strange experience, but I've felt it on numerous occasions. Suddenly the bottom drops out and there's no place for the anger to sit. And whoosh, it's like flush down that toilet. It's gone. And it's not a matter of right and wrong, but it is a matter of coming to, first of all, being more constructive, because I don't have very much power over anybody else. But in that moment, I can use the discomfort to see myself more clearly, to understand the conditioned response and the pain that that conditioning gives not just me, but all others in the world.